Hey guys, Trash Cash podcast time. Hey,
Trashy moldy Cash. Let's go.
Cash and Trash are here in the house.
Throw
By
it
the
in
way,
garbage.
I'm Cash and he's Trash. We should change. We should change our tags and
Exactly, we
then
could.
switch our locations because you're gonna have to.
This
be on the
podcast,
left
if you
for
guys
Trash.
don't know, is all about energy. Okay, it's about positive energy, making
Yeah.
money,
No.
and enjoying the journey. Now, you
And-
guys, our flip of the week. Let's start it off hot. Our flip of the week. Go.
I flipped some pancakes the other day.
I was trying to do a real reseller podcast.
That is, dude, that's what I was going to tell you. I've been listening to some other reselling podcasts, and they all have segments. They're like trying the beer of the week, and then they're doing the sports talk of the week, and then they're doing the flip of the week, and the daily hustle, and the...
We're more like the 12-minute food tangent of the week, and we don't mention it's happening, and it's usually in the middle of something important.
Speaking of that, I wanted to see Spider-Man, but it was sold out, so I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it yet?
What?
You haven't seen it yet.
I did see some spoilers, though. I know what happens.
Don't tell me. Well, is there a spider and a man, and they become one through the love and marriage relationship?
You got it. You got it.
Oh boy. So our special guest today is running late or forgot us about us, but he might come at some point during the show.
You might be here, guys, so just wait real quick, okay? Just wait
Yeah,
just a second. Hold tight. I'll give you a clue. It's American arbitrage.
Yeah, it's definitely American arbitrage. He made it. If another person comes, cool. If not,
they
that's
show
fine
up, they
too.
show up.
We'll just play it by ear.
Not really much we can do.
One day we should try to get the one and only lady arbitrage on the show.
We could get Dawn on the show. I could just call her over right now. We don't have it set up. We need like another big chair.
Yeah,
I have a
you
really
need like
big
another
chair.
thing. I got an internet upgrade.
Did you?
Yeah. Remember, I
just
think I
got
told you a
internet,
while ago.
dude.
I told you a while ago. Oh, you got internet at shop?
I'm really digging it, guys. You know, the Napster takes an hour and a half to download a song, but I enjoy
He didn't
it.
get internet at the shop. I was gonna see if you got internet at the shop, but
I
you
didn't.
didn't. He doesn't actually have internet. It's so funny that his joke about getting internet is like kind of sad because he doesn't have internet.
I don't want to waste $100. I got a phone. I have internet at my house.
He's got a landline.
They always try to rope you. If you guys ever open a business, they're always going to try to rope you into a landline. Nobody
You need a
calls
landline.
All you do is you get spam calls, and you can start one of those spam call, scammer YouTube channels where you're scamming them back. Make some money.
Yeah. So anyways, I think I told you in an earlier podcast that some people came to my house telling me I could get much faster internet for less money.
Yes.
It took over a month to get it installed, but it is officially installed. And then it's so funny. It's this like gigabit Ethernet, internet, like fiber, the fastest internet you can get. You know what they don't tell you about all that? This is like left out of the marketing. Pretty much no router supports it. No Wi-Fi even supports that kind of speed. Like the only way to get that kind of speed is hardline in.
Is your skin always tingling because of all of the
It is
just
a lot of
gigabytes
vibrations
around you?
Yeah. But I went, my router was kind of old, like from 2017, 18, and that's old in the tech world. And so like the max speed I was getting was like 100 by 15, which was already what I was getting with the old internet. And I was like, oh, this is disappointing. Did some research and figured out like there's all types of new routers, new Wi-Fi's, new fancy schmancy stuff. So I had to invest like hundreds of dollars in a new router. But now I'm getting like 600 megabits up, 600 megabits down, which is pretty fast.
Sounds incredible. I have no idea what any of that means, but sounds
that's
amazing.
Still not the full amount that I was promised because the only way to get that is Ethernet.
So you have like a 30-minute YouTube video you're uploading. What does it take now? 10 seconds max? And it's ready to go?
I haven't tried it, but my guess is 5 minutes.
Wow.
Probably.
So, yeah.
That's my guess. I mean, I could do it right now while we record this and really put some...
Let's do
Should
it.
I keep messaging the person who's supposed to be on the show? Or should I just kind of let it go?
He did respond, though, right?
He hasn't responded at all.
Oh.
But he's
yeah.
active on the Instagram.
He's on Instagram right now.
So should I just like write him and say one more time? Or should I
just say it one more time.
What should I say? One more time?
Carrie's very disappointed. No.
Carrie is crying. Are you coming? So many tears.
How many words a minute do you type, dude?
He said, you have ghosted him before in a long distance relationship, but he still loves you if you come. So we just totally ghosted this person. We didn't really ghost though, because we at least let them know we weren't coming. Yeah. So this person may or may not let us know, but they might show up. It's still possible. Yeah, I just wrote him that sob story. How many words per minute? About 100.
I got kicked out of my typing class in high school because I did like 30 words per minute, and I always missed.
9/11 happened when I was in my typing class.
I was
How crazy is that?
I was in high school too. I was
Where were you? What class were you in?
I was
You were
prepping. I was
sleeping.
no. It was actually so yeah. You're a couple hours ahead of me. You're correct. But I was at school early because I was preparing for my lead role in West Side Story as
Hold on.
Chino.
Preparation H, our sponsor?
Preparation H. I was preparation.
H.
Guys, the number one way to prepare your H, preparation H.
And also, Diet Dr.
9
Pepper.
out of 700 doctors recommend it. 9 out of 700. Which 9? The crazy ones.
Blueprint. Little, yellow, different. That's a movie quote, guys. Say it in the comments. You'll know it. He won't know it, but you'll know it.
There we go. Operation Dumbo Drop. I knew
Mike Myers is in the movie, but
Operation
let's move on.
Dumbo Drop. Operation Dumbo Drop.
So where were you during 9/11? This is the most important part of the Reselling podcast.
Dude, I was doing rehearsal. I was at a rehearsal for West Side Story.
We were doing a typing like race. We would do these races to see who could get the fastest, and we put our names up on the board, and then they like brought in the TV cart to show us what was happening on the news. And here's the deal: where I grew up, like we could look out, like we went down to the Sound, Long Island Sound, and we could see the smoke.
Oh wow!
That's how close we were to that.
Oh my gosh!
There was kids in my school, in my class, who had parents working at the World Trade Center. Like that's the kind of proximity. That was kind of a crazy.
That was a crazy time. I was a senior in high school. That totally changed the world. Yeah, terrible time.
Terrible. It's not podcast related at all. But anyways, we resell on eBay, whatnot. We've really brought the podcast down to a sad moment.
I know you're just like
trying to turn it around here.
random tangent.
Nervous laughter will get us out of this.
I feel like that's like our podcast. It's like we're like a stunt pilot, and we keep doing the dives, right? And we're like super confident we can pull our way out of it. Yeah. But one of these times, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
Well, we had like a really nice overlay that we were going to use for the podcast. Yes. And so let's just go ahead and show
Look at that.
It there. It doesn't work with only 2 people.
What does it look like with 3? I mean,
well, I think
Tommy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Well, I think that we've just spoiled who didn't show. The only thing I can think is that
I didn't even see his face earlier. I thought that was just us. I didn't see that below us. So.
I think maybe something happened where like we got the wrong day or something, and he's confused about the day. So maybe a different day we'll get that guest. But for now, we have us. What else do you need other than Carrie, American Arbitrage, and Dave, NC Picker Flipper? And by the way, Care Bear. Yes. I was messaging you, asking you. You're always bragging about Dawn's ability to name things. American Arbitrage, Trash to Cash Podcast. She's so brilliant. Blah blah blah. Yes. I got no good recommendations for what I'm looking for.
She was taking it serious too.
She seriously failed.
But you really painted us in a corner with NC. That's not like the N throws us off because
it's not good. And so this is a context. Okay, I want my name to mean more than North Carolina. Okay, I don't want to change it. See, my channel is moderately successful, so I feel like a complete name change would be a bad call right now. Like if all of us, hey, someone's behind you. Like literally, someone's like walking.
Oh, whoa.
Do you see the person?
Yeah.
Do you know them?
No, it's my brother-in-law. That's really weird.
Someone's like behind you.
We have a storefront, but like we're back in the back here, so it's kind of weird to have somebody walking that close to the window. Yeah, that's kind
he was like right behind you.
They're still there, yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you feel uncomfortable, like they're looking at you?
A little bit, but I think they're probably at the neighbor stores because we have other stores, and I think they're still open. I hope. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Anyways, so yeah, I'd like
this could be my last podcast, guys. Nobody knows.
We're just gonna ignore it. That anytime there's danger, if you put your head in the sand, it'll pass.
Exactly.
That's what I've learned.
Usually do the covers over my face. Just do this.
You know, our truck has those seats that heat themselves, Carrie.
Oh,
those
look
fancy
at you.
Seats, right?
Look at you.
And so, like, what I'll do is, like, I'll trick Tina and I'll put on her butt warmer on a hot day. And, like, it's just like you're already sweaty and miserable. Yeah. And, you know, my job as her husband is to make her more miserable.
Exactly.
So I will, like, sneakily. And so I was trying it today. And, like, I hide my face and I do it. And she saw me. And I was like, well, how'd you see me? I wasn't looking. She's like, well, I can still see her arm. I was looking.
You're supposed to make sure I don't see it, not you don't see it.
But she was driving, so I didn't want to cover her eyes again.
That's dangerous during driving.
Anyway, so I like this idea of like North Carolina as like where I live, but there's a world where I may one day move, right?
Yeah.
And I hate to be pigeonholed into North Carolina, so I was saying, oh, it'd be cool if it was just like NC Picker is my name for short. But my long name had some other further deeper meaning, like beyond North Carolina even. But
I had some good ones, some of which we can't share on the podcast. But I really like Nitro Chalupa.
Nitro Chalupa's good. And I was thinking like No Cash.
No Cash Picker.
But it's like a lot of the NCs I think of aren't good, like non-charitable. That's not very good.
Charitable Picker.
Not charitable at all.
I said I thought my first one was the best one, not Carrie Picker.
Not Carrie Picker, yeah. Yeah, so I did actually,
you know what
I asked my viewers on my NC Flipper video, we'll see what they say, if they had any ideas. Because everything I came up with, like, I was thinking, like, net for net profits, cash is good. I like cash because then the
Cash is great.
Podcast, like,
exactly. It's just
net
the end
cash,
throws.
Net cash, like...
N throws everything off, though.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
no.
Yeah, nifty cash.
Nifty cash.
Picker.
Oh.
Niner, no chocolate, no candy.
No candy picker?
No candy picker? Wow, that's not true. I eat lots of candy.
Dude, you eat everything.
I have the diet of a 12-year-old.
You really, like, you literally have the diet of a 12-year-old. You, like, literally. The things you tell me you eat, it's, like, not even, like the list of what you eat, like, when you went to the theme park, which I don't know if that's in the episode before this or after this, was like what maybe a human adult would eat over 3 months, like at different settings. And you had it all at once in one day within a couple hours.
Yeah,
and you didn't even really share it with your kids. Your wife had none of it. She was hungry afterwards.
Hey, it's Tommy.
Hey,
dude, I am so sorry. I fell
up, dude?
asleep in my chair waiting for you.
You fell asleep in, oh man.
I was literally, I have no lights on or anything. I was just sitting here and I fell asleep. Just,
do you like our background?
Oh, wow.
It was our Tommy while Tommy wasn't here.
Tommy's here, but he's not here. I am so sorry, man. I thought you said 9.
No. 8:30.
I think we changed
No, I
it a
said
couple
9
times.
minus 30 is what I had said. That's anytime I'm communicating important times, I use math, like, yeah. So that's what I had said to you. I said 9 minus 30 plus 5 minus 5. And so that might have been why you got mixed up.
Yeah, so I was sitting here, I've been listening all day, and you ever get that way where you just, when you're sitting there with your app open or whatever, and you just like, that's what I did. I just literally zoned out, and I looked down at my phone, messages out. I'm like, oh!
That happens to me.
Carrie doesn't even list.
Stuff.
No, Carrie doesn't even
I
list.
don't list anymore,
He doesn't sell. He's just a hoarder.
Well, I mean, you're in a barber shop or something. There, it looks like. What do we got going on? That is bad.
I got the whole.
He's definitely not been to a barber shop. Let's start.
No, that's
there.
true. Let's be honest. It looks like I just.
That is a cool looking place. What is that?
That's his shop.
It's not my store. I just kind of. It's got good lighting, so I just kind of.
You're a squatter.
Jiggle the key and get in. You know.
It says happy ending on there.
Yeah, he offers that sort of service. No, if you look at his window, it actually says American Arbitrage. That is the Carrie store. You missed it a minute ago. Someone was actually behind him looking at his window.
There was literally like some random person who.
He pays people like friends to like to walk by.
Like, yeah, it happens a lot. I'm like the NC Picker of Utah. I have like 3 fans, and they're all super aggressive. So
yeah.
Wow.
Well, so we're in the podcast. So we're here. There's no need for intros. We're here.
Yeah, we already did.
Special guest Tommy Bernhard is here.
About Tommy. Welcome,
everybody.
Tommy.
Tommy, now we were trying to determine if you were ghosting. Carrie was crying for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
of the podcast.
It was upsetting. It was.
No, I wouldn't
A lot of
ghost at all. I was hit up by a very good friend of you guys to try and make contact to get you guys on. His name is he lives in the Commonwealth. What's his name?
I think it's Tracy Parks.
Yeah, yes, or
Kevin Wealth Picker.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yes, that guy. Yeah. He was like, he's
been
get a hold of these
aggressively reselling VHSs. He's doing a lot of shady stuff over there in the Commonwealth.
Yeah. A lot of money laundering.
I've seen dark tinted windows heading towards. I live in Delaware, so the corridor for the mob from New York to Virginia comes right by my house.
Is that even a state anymore, Delaware?
Yeah, it's Delaware.
Well, it's a drive-by state. It's a drive-by state.
I'm looking it up. Yes, I remember that one. I've been through there a few
You
times.
grew up in Connecticut, dude. I don't
That,
even.
Dude, Connecticut's huge compared to Delaware.
Well, hey man, our current chief of whatever he is from Delaware. Come on,
Chief
man.
of police?
Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah,
Joe
Biden.
Flacco.
I thought
Joe
he was
Flacco, University of Delaware.
Biden is from Scranton.
Well,
No,
it depends
okay.
on what day of the week.
Rhode
Yeah, it
Island.
depends on
Rhode
what state he's in,
Island.
yeah.
Rhode Island, I think, is the smallest state, right?
Yes, Delaware
right?
second.
Yeah,
Delaware's
Delaware. Okay.
second.
Yeah, so I used to do the I-95 all the time because I have family in Florida. I grew up in Connecticut, so you know,
really?
we'd be like, "Hey, we're in Delaware." Oh, we're out of Delaware.
Delaware is literally like,
It's like 10 minutes.
I think it's about 30 miles wide, the whole state. And it does take about an hour and a half to drive from end to end, but that's because it's a very touristy, traffic-ridden area. Like Delaware is crazy for tourists, believe it or not. The beaches are. You look up Rehoboth Beach or
like
Ocean City, Maryland, which you
Rehoboth
drive
Beach.
through Delaware to get to
Long Beach, Newport Beach.
No,
So
those
it's
are
actually
Rhode Island.
foresty. I've heard Carrie's Chest is pretty foresty.
It
No,
is.
touristy, not foresty. Touristy.
Oh, I thought you said foresty.
Foresty.
I just was thinking about Carrie's Chest. You caught me.
Hey, you know, he's in a barbershop. Why not?
Yeah.
True.
So,
we're not very serious. Sorry. Tony.
no, we're
No,
not.
neither am I. I mean, come on, please. I mean, geez, you don't stay under 3,000 subscribers for 2 years.
Yeah,
You don't get those kind of results without a very.
You don't get those on purpose.
Certain kind of
effort. I take effort in staying subpar. You know, that's I figure
There's a
because
beauty
you
in
can't
that.
fail if you're not serious, right?
That's
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
That's why I always look at it.
That's why Carrie only uploads shorts to his YouTube now.
Exactly.
He's trying to fail.
Well, hey, I have some good friends that actually do take YouTube and stuff seriously, and I'm not one of them. But I was just talking to him. He was showing me some data about shorts on Facebook right now. They're destroying everyone. So, like the money they're paying, you all need to be on that.
I should.
ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP.
The face app.
Yeah.
I've uploaded some of my like TikTok stuff to Facebook. I don't really get it yet. Like
They suppress big time if you leave the logo. Don't ever leave the logo.
I take the. I do all
Okay.
that off. I make it on another app.
I didn't
that
see Picker
doesn't-
guy leaves the logo on all his. I see.
He does. Yeah. It's
Sometimes.
not
I usually
amateurish.
don't. Generally, see, me and Carrie are doing a different play. We're going after the Pinterest market. We think there's huge growth room.
There
there.
is. That's
Yeah.
no.
Honestly,
seriously, I believe that. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Pinterest is very underrated. He's muted, laughing at me, muted.
No, I was clearing my throat.
No, it's he farts every time he does that. Like it's at least 7 times.
Every time I mute, I'm farting.
Have you ever seen the channel, the show, The Two Bearded Guys?
The two bearded guys.
Two bearded.
Oh yes.
He asked a question like that sounds like one of those questions he would ask. I gotta ask you a serious question. Would you rather fart every time you laugh or laugh every time you fart? And he'll ask like he asks like every guest, but they get much worse than that. But we'll keep it clean here. But they get much worse than that. It just.
I'm trying to think. I laugh a lot, so I think I'd rather laugh every time I fart because it would just cover up the sound of the fart.
There you go.
So yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing, laughing and farting in whatever order I choose.
Yeah, I don't think you have a choice though. So I saw you filled in for us. So we were going to be on your podcast last night, and then I totally scheduled a family event right over top of it, like the worst that I am.
Yeah.
But you had Sonny on there, Sonny Las Vegas. I think that's his name, right? Sonny Las Vegas.
He's the only person that was available at 11 p.m. on the night before the No, Sonny, I've known him for a long time, and it just worked out. Paul Philly Flipper had him on his show that night, and I realized he took a break and came back. You know how the reselling game is. People try it, they go, they don't work out. And now he's coming back with a vengeance, and I realized he was like at around 900 subscribers. I'm like, man, I can at least get him 3. Definitely. And
were you successful? Did he get 3?
I think we got like 25. I'm gonna send him a bill now.
You should, yeah.
But so it was great to just hear a little bit of a story that I didn't know already, which I thought I knew a lot, but there's always more to people,
Yeah.
when you sit down for 4 hours and talk. So
Yeah, we were going to be on the show. But yeah, I saw Sonny on Philly's show as well, and I was like, this guy's pretty interesting. So I'm not surprised you had him on because you must have good taste.
Yeah, I can't sit through Paul's show, so I did not see that. So
Paul's show is rough, dude. That
I
guy
have.
sucks.
I've watched. Yeah, I've watched yours, Tommy. Yours is pretty good, but like,
Have you really? You've been there once. I've never seen you like since. I was like, man, we must
I've
have
been there like
offended
I've been there
him.
like twice, I think, maybe. I don't watch even most of Dave's stuff. I don't have time.
No, he
But
doesn't.
No,
And he
no
hates
one
us.
does.
He hates
That's
us.
the thing. Like once you start, they don't tell you. Once you like try to start doing content, you have less time to go.
Yes.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
I was in like primetime treasure hunters lives all the time. Now I never
Really?
have time to go. Yeah.
So you guys, how much time do you spend editing a week? Would you say? Because I see your content come all day long. I'm like, gosh, it's because I know with short form, it's not like long form. Like Dave, you one a day or one every few days or whatever. But short form, you guys are putting out multiple a day, like many multiples sometimes.
Yes, I do up to 5 to 7 a day sometimes. I slowed it down this weekend because of traveling. So for me, editing a yard sale TikTok is around 10 to 15 minutes.
That's about right. That's about right.
yeah.
A regular TikTok, like a lot of times, like with me, I'm at the thrift store. I I don't know, like I have my InShot app, so I'll film something, put it in, then I have it already. I do a voiceover. It's like 5 minutes. So
Yeah, those if you can actually film it with the phone and just go live with it, like I did that with this Kevin McAllister before we started.
Yeah, I
'cause
saw
was
it. I
lagging
watched
today.
it. Yeah.
That one took me like 3 minutes because I just
Right.
did it right on the fly in my garage. So that's quicker. But the long form stuff is the stuff that takes time, right?
Yeah.
To do so, I've gotten a method with my NC Flipper videos. So I edit in double time. So I 2x my speed because everyone talks slow. And if you can process it, you can do it in twice the time, or half the time, not twice the time. If you really suck, you can actually increase your time while increasing your speed. Carrie could probably make that happen somehow.
yeah, see, I zoned out. What's going on?
But yeah, so anyways, a 27 to 28 minute video on NC Flipper takes me around 18 to 20 minutes to edit. And then my NC Picker videos usually takes like an hour per video. But I'm super ahead of the game, so I'm scheduled out till February 25th right now.
Holy cow.
2 a week.
That's awesome.
2 a week until
That's
February
insane.
25th. So, but what happens is I get them all scheduled out, and then I try to continue to yard sale or think of other content, and then I'll drop them in as a third for the week. Like I'd love to have 3 a week, but 2 a week is enough to be consistent for me. So if I did nothing, I'd be happy. But I would love to get one more per week. I'm going down to Florida to try to shoot around, Christmas and New Year's. So I'm going to try to do some yard sales and get some more content for that as well. But yeah, so I'll spend a whole Saturday and I'll edit 4 or 5 NC Picker videos. Anyways, a lot of time. The answer is a lot of time.
I was wondering. I thought about that today. I was like, man, you guys spend a lot of time, which it pays off. Evidently, I see it. I mean, it just, it's someone that has ADD. I have extreme ADD. So,
What's that?
I've tried to sit down. I've tried to sit down and edit before, and it ended up becoming like hieroglyphics or something at the end. It was weird. I don't.
Yeah, that's worse than mine for sure.
I can't remember
have
what
some
I just
ADD,
edited
but-
5 minutes ago. I'm going through clips, and I'm like, what did I just do? Then I have to go back and stuff. Go back and go back. I'm like, okay, this ain't for me. I'm out.
It's simple. Don't worry about what the actual content is. Just a good thumbnail, like a fist fight. Use the word blood or broken bone, and don't worry about what's inside the video. You just need to get them there.
And mention your sponsor, Preparation H.
Yeah,
the
Preparation
best
H,
ointment
guys.
for any
The
sort
best.
of hemorrhoids that you may be suffering from.
The best. We're really pushing for a Preparation H sponsorship. We're gonna see if we can get it.
I'm trying to get Blue Chew myself. Have you seen that one?
I don't know Blue Chew.
I don't know what that even is. Is that like
Okay,
chewing
yeah.
tobacco or?
Steve-O has it right now. Steve-O has it. He's the only one I've seen that has it. It's evidently they pay pretty well, but I'm not on the
ED.
radar.
Okay, it's ED. It's ED. Viagra type things, Gary.
But it's kind of like over the counter type deal though. It's like it seems like anyone can get it just for a weekend gag, So
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
You just assert yourself. You'll get your sponsor deal, I'm sure. They prefer to sponsor testimonial type people. So if you can, come at them with a testimonial,
Right? Or video footage. Like I just.
Okay.
But no, sorry to ruin.
So
this.
reselling. What kind of stuff were you listing today?
I do mainly shoes.
Shoes. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I have a very, very amazing shoe connection. So I generally pick up around 100 pair a week.
Wow.
Dang.
I just go to one person, pick them up bring them home, try and just get them
Wow.
all
Does
up
that
before
person perhaps work at either a Japanese restaurant or a dojo?
evidently he's in Utah and
And
his
he's just
guys.
grabbing shoes.
I don't ask. I don't tell. I don't know what I don't.
How is he sourcing this many shoes?
Well, that's only I get the leftovers.
Oh wow!
I only get his leftovers. I'm the newest buyer. He has people that have been buying for 10, 15 years. They get the bulk of everything,
The good
and
stuff.
and I'm trying to get up there. Just
Well, I went to mainland China. Okay, and I go to mainland China, and there's a ton of places selling bootleg shoes,
Yeah.
right? Like, if
Right.
you want to know where all these, like, you buy the Yeezys at the yard sale and you find out they're fake, idiots like me are the reason they're in the U.S. Because
Right.
I go there and I'm like, oh, dude, Yeezys for $20. I gotta buy these.
Right.
And, like, you buy the Yeezys that are $20, and they're very uncomfortable, and you're like, I need better Yeezys. And so you start connecting with the locals. That's what I did when I was in mainland China. I found, like, a local who could speak English, and I started talking with him, and I tried to figure out how to get the real bootleg, like the Yeezys
They have like
pulled
3
off the
levels,
line.
yeah.
Yeah. They've got like 3 levels of bootlegs, right? And so supposedly, like the upper echelon carry
No difference.
of bootlegs. Yeah, okay, well we'll get to that.
Oh.
are pulled off the line, the actual Yeezy manufacturing line. And they're just, these people are just stealing them as they're building them.
They have like a
And if you-
divider in the belt system or something.
They're not from that warehouse that builds the fake Yeezys, right? They're the real Yeezys. They just didn't actually go through Adidas's, like, whatever. And so I go and, like, it felt like drug deal kind of thing. Like, it's like, yeah, I got to call my friend, and he calls his friend, and they take me into this, like, top level that you didn't even know was like a floor, and there's a whole bunch of more stores in this top level of the mall that you can't even get to without taking the stairs. But then you get into the store, but it's not a shoe store, right? It's like a hairdressing store. And there's a hidden door behind the barber stuff, and they open that up, and there's another little shoe shop in the back, the secret level in the secret shop, and then you get into the shoes.
Yeah.
And it's the same shoes.
That's how it is, man.
Crazy. In New York City, we used to go every year and fill up my truck and bring stuff back like that. North Face, Nike, ACG boots. And I found like the top tier person there too. Same thing, like hidden wall first. And then it got to a point where there was like a relay. They would have 10 people that walked you to different sections. And then the next one would pick you up and take you. And one day I was headed there, and they got raided right before we were like a block away maybe, and we saw they just raided them, man. It was like, woof. Not that you would get in trouble, they would just tell you to leave, but
Yeah.
they didn't pay their bill that month or something to the right people.
Carrie doesn't even wear shoes. He's got hobbit feet with hair.
No, but
on them.
they do that. That's like they don't do that much in smaller areas in the U.S. But I mean, when I was in Italy, I remember my mom was getting, this was like 10 years ago, she was getting like a leather coat or something, and then they ended up saying, "Oh, we have more." And they were like took us down this back alley into. We didn't get murdered, so that was good.
So is that why we're not allowed to export leather to Italy so they can hold the racket there?
Basically, I think that's it. Yeah, I think it. Wow. I didn't even know we weren't allowed to.
Yeah, you can't like GSP or anything. You can't. As far as I know, you can't send leather.
Huh.
So if you use like
I don't do much.
I
don't do much clothing, so I don't really know any of that stuff.
Well, you sell those chaps that you make, though.
Yeah, the chaps, but I mean, there's not much clothing there.
Oh, that's wild.
So, Tommy, on YouTube, are you generally just doing the podcast, the live
I only
shows?
do lives.
That's it.
That's
okay.
it. Ever since day one, I've never done pre-recorded. See, when I started, when Tracy and I started, there was really no lives at that point. The 6-pack had just ended before that. I don't know if you ever heard of that, which was like Craigslist Hunter and Lonnie and from Shed Flips and Ronnie Hart and Golden Finger Picker. They had a show called the 6-pack.
Okay.
That was like the creme de la creme of reselling, and they had 200-300 live viewers back then. That was huge back then, not like nowadays. Then they all got tired and figured out pre-recorded was the way to go, I guess. And kind of, I don't know what happened, but they split up. And then Lonnie and John Cincinnati Picker started doing a morning show for 8 hours a day. They went live every day, and you could watch them work. And that became that was my life. They were my motivation. They were everything.
Wow.
That's what I learned pretty much 90% of everything from at that point, because they were my work buddies at that. For 8 hours, dude, you had these people that were already through the most of the learning pains and everything, and they were just, Lonnie was still at like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers. I think John wasn't even at 1,000. Cincinnati Picture wasn't even at 1,000 when I met those guys.
Yeah.
And then they realized that it was killing their eBay, and it was also hurting their pre-recorded.
So it was killing their eBay in what way?
They were talking to the chat a lot through the day, and they weren't getting nearly the amount of stuff listed, you know. Yeah. And also as we know, lives are not good for pre-recorded channels. So they shut it down, and then I was like, man, this is bad. So we kind of lost like your soul at this point. This was like 8 hours of my day that I had company. So Tracy and I just were talking. We're like, let's just go live, you know, just not had no, we still don't do anything right. But we just yeah, that was almost like 2.5 years ago or whatever. And we just haven't stopped and don't do anything different and haven't got any better, haven't got any worse. Just keep going.
Consistent.
What kind of mic are you using?
SM7B.
Oh, that's the fancy expensive one. I was gonna buy that, but after you get all like the adapters and crap, it ends up being like $700.
No,
yeah, that's
man,
why
no.
I didn't do it. I
just got it. I just got it at Black
Didn't
Friday
you need
sale
to get like
for
an XLR adapter or something like that? That's like
XLR.
a separate box.
I love that part of it.
Shut up, Carrie. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love the XLR part of it's really interesting to me.
It goes well with your chaps. I've heard they go well together. The chaps.
Okay,
and the XLR.
no, hold on.
Yep.
We got to talk tech for a minute. It's like a $350 mic, but I could have sworn you needed at least one or two more $300 items.
$500 in quality. Yeah.
No, all you need is the mic, which it was on Black Friday for $50 off. That's when I grabbed it. And because I have a really nice mic. I just didn't. Honestly, I only like the look of this one. That's the only reason I got it. Nothing else. I just hated looking at my other mic. Sounds the same. They all sound the same. But that you just need a audio interface, which Tracy, the one I got Tracy's like $50. And
okay, interesting. Maybe you can send me the links.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I really just need sound dampening. I'm in a garage, so my echo is really bad.
But this does take that away, like because you're probably using like a
Yeti.
Yeti picks up everything. That's what Tracy had. And if you go back, my video, our live, so
iPhone headset over here keeps chiming in.
but they work. You don't hear any background noise. You know, that's the thing.
True.
The Yetis, Tracy had one. So I don't know if you ever heard of the radio show Bubba the Love Sponge by chance.
I have, yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute. But go on, finish your story, and then I'll tell you my Bubba the Love Sponge.
I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, and I grew up with him. And then Bubba became part of his channels for a while. Was on Sirius. Then, of course, Bubba always has contract problems, blah, blah, blah. Then the Hulk Hogan scandal, blah, blah, blah. Well,
he made love to Hulk Hogan, but yeah, go on.
Yes, and it was filmed, and filmed it.
I don't know about that scandal, but I'm just making
so anyway, but no, so his main guy, his name was Manson, and he did a voice called Ned, the old guy that was on the show. I was infatuated with him. Talented dude. Phony phone calls, best ever. Okay. We had him on. He came on with us back like 2 years ago.
Wow,
Tracy had a Yeti at that time, and all you can hear the whole thing.
Yeah,
hers just chat, and I got 9 million comments of complaining about her typing, and now it's just they pick up everything. It's terrible. It's just
not good. Yeah, I'd like to get the shirt. You should send me your links, and then not good reselling content, but send me the links.
Hey, do this.
Microphones. Yeah.
The one that Tracy has is $99. The pod mic. Okay. For that money, nothing can touch it. And then you get the same $50 audio interface, plug it in, and you're done. All right. And then you get the shirt later if you like it. If you like the way.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm a tech money waster. I'll waste money on tech all day long as I sit here recording my flipper videos with my DJI gimbal.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love tech, man.
I got tech.
You can see I have a Go XLR. I got a Stream Deck. I got my camera's
Commodore 64.
Atari 7800 or whatever.
Yeah.
I got the Game Boy webcam hack. Have you seen that? No, what is it? The Super Nintendo
PlayStation Eye. There we go.
No, I saw someone that was using a Super Nintendo as a webcam somehow.
Really?
Somewhat.
I don't know how they're doing that.
It was a TikTok video that came up on my feed somewhere.
TikTok's always true, so that's probably
true.
real.
100%.
Right. I'm sure.
Always remember.
But it was still fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Dude, I hate this guy. There's this one guy on TikTok. He's like really big. He's American Arbitrage. He's horrible. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Yeah,
He's terrible. Absolutely.
I've heard he bought all of his followers. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
It's like
he bought 'em.
it's pretty cheap. It's like $20 a follow.
That's not bad.
Put
People
in a
do it,
couple
though.
mil.
People do it though, so I mean, it's fun to make fun of, but people do it all the
You
time.
can promote now on TikTok, which I wouldn't
Are
touch
you
with
still?
a 10.
Yeah,
10
they're
foot
trying.
pole.
They're pushing it hard.
Yeah, they
Every time
push
you
it
go
a
on
lot,
TikTok,
yeah.
they're like,
So-
try promoting your own
Like,
videos.
how about I just do a regular video and I get views? I don't really need
So
to promote it.
eventually, will they suppress it like eBay does if you don't promote? I
They
wonder.
may possibly. I don't know. I think once they know they have people that are going to get views, they'll keep pushing views to those people. But if you're new, it could be an issue. If you're new to TikTok.
I clicked the thing where they're trying to sell you promoted. I don't know if you got that far, Carrie. You actually clicked it.
Nah,
But I
might
went
have.
through,
Yeah.
and it said basically buy this
Pay per-
promotion for your video, and they say over the next 2 days we'll promote it, and you'll get up to 3,000 views on the video. And I'm sitting there like,
3,000.
get 3,000 views every video anyway. So it's like,
I'm
Yeah.
disappointed. I'm disappointed if I'm not at
Yeah.
like 3,000 in 20 minutes.
Right? Yeah.
With TikTok is weird, so-
Yeah.
I did one TikTok video when it first came out, and the very 130,000 views in like 4 days. The first video, I quit at that point. I'm done. Game over. I'm never going back.
You said 130,000?
Yeah,
It
130,000.
could have been 133 if you spent $99.
Yeah, I know, right? It might have been 120. I could be lying, but either
Could have
way,
been
it's
123.
still there. It's still
The math
there.
still works.
I don't know, but it was the stupidest video. Like I was in my jammies, man. Like it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I was like, okay, this something's wrong here. This should not get any views. If this was
Wait
on
do you
YouTube-
watch NC Picker's TikTok videos? He's like, I found this ET at a garage sale, and then he just cuts it and doesn't say anything about the ET.
A million views. It got a million views. It's literally
No
just
context.
me picking up an ET and saying, how much for this ET? $1. And it's got the ET theme song. I got a million views.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's horrible. It's
My
the worst
video-
TikTok
Oh,
ever
you
made.
should make a follow-up video. I lost $19 on that ET.
I just like, I was sitting there, I was eating lunch. I had a super busy day. I have those sometimes. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I need to make a TikTok. And like, I just had that video like loaded in my editing software. And I just cut out 9 seconds and put the ET theme. And I look at it later that day, I'm like, 1 million views? What?
Isn't that crazy? It's fascinating. That happened with a reel once, and it didn't go like that. But Tracy made a reel for us. We were having. Do you know Art Vandelay by chance?
I know of him.
Yeah, from
Okay,
Seinfeld. Yeah.
Yeah.
George
Well, he has
Seinfeld,
he has a
yeah.
YouTube channel too.
Yeah.
And we had him on, or we were going on his channel. So Tracy made a reel. She threw it up. I put it up 1 minute later. The same exact did nothing. Copied it. She got like 40 views. I got like 30,000.
What?
Don't make sense. Same exact identical copied.
It's so weird.
That blew my
is
mind.
weird.
Something's weird with that, right? Like, how can that happen? So I guess it matters of the timing is just.
Yes.
Is it,
I've heard that timing can be everything. Like you can post the same one 6 hours later and it can be huge or be tiny, just depending on the time you post it.
I know with
and-
YouTube is that way, but
weird.
you would
Yeah.
think with short content it would be a little more. I don't know.
Carrie's cracked it. Carrie, what's the secret?
You got to keep people's attention for like 9 to 17 seconds, however that is. If you gotta shout, you gotta run. Honestly, it's a lot of movement. It's trying to be straight to the point, and you have to have a finish to every story you do. There's unless you're like there are TikTokers who do like stories, and there's part 1s and 2s and 3s, but in general, it's you don't want to be like it's not like follow this channel like and sub for more stuff. They're just gonna follow you because they like that one. Everything was encapsulated in that 17-18 seconds. But a little with me was just timing. I started when there was like 6 of us maybe doing them
Right.
2 years ago.
That's
There's-
awesome.
and I didn't even know what I was doing. I just one day I did like a TikTok that was like 2 seconds and I didn't say anything, and I thought that's how you did TikToks. And I got 2 views in 2 weeks, and then I'm like 2 weeks later I'm like, I'm just gonna turn on my thing and just talk for like a minute,
Right.
because that's how long you had back then. And that video got like a couple hundred, and then my 5th video went crazy, and then after that it was just
Yeah, I
hack it.
scoff at it. Like honestly, like because of that video, I was like, this is too easy. There's too. It's a joke, right? And then now, fast forward a couple years later, 2 years later, I'm like, wow, this has actually got Microsoft did a study on the attention spans about how it's like an 8-second attention span now for most Americans or most of the youth or whatever. I forget the exact study, but 8 seconds, and that just hit home to where TikTok, like we talk about this a lot, where I pretend to be a YouTuber a lot, and I say it all the time. Like, if you don't hook people in your YouTube video in 8 seconds, you're gone.
What? Are you still talking? What's happening?
What's going on? Where am I?
It's been way more than 8 seconds. You lost me.
Yeah, see,
I don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
It seemed like you had a bug or something there, Carrie.
Swipe up. Swipe up.
You guys still talking?
That's how you do it, right? Yeah, but that's it. That's the difference, like between talking head versus
yeah, it's a different kind of content. If you come for talking heads, you're willing to sit and listen to talking heads. I mean, you're not going to come here.
There is with the 3-minute video on TikTok. That's an interesting play. I think eventually, 5 years down the road, it's going to be a YouTube hybrid. I think there's going to be people who are very successful doing 7, 8, 9, 10-minute videos on TikTok. There's already, honestly.
Go ahead. Finish your thought. I don't need to interrupt.
Oh yeah,
I like to, but I don't need to. Go ahead. No, finish it. Make it a better thought. It's not good enough. Finish it.
Thank you.
Care Bear. Okay, fine. So what I did is I took.
Okay, I will.
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. Okay, no. So I took one of my old
podcasts.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so what? Okay. So I took one of my old YouTube videos from last October.
It's boring already.
I'm sorry. I shrunk it down from 30 minutes to 4 minutes, and I posted it on my YouTube channel. That's the hybrid kind of thing you're talking about. Basically, find value. Like, that's what I did. I got 8 unsubscribes in 30 minutes on my YouTube channel. I'm like, delete.
I'm not even saying that, dude. I'm saying, like, they're on TikTok. If you're scrolling enough, there's people who just will tell stories, kind of like Storytime YouTube of like 10 years ago or 8 years ago.
How about the dude that lives in the parallel world?
That's
2027.
Yeah.
Like,
is he still doing that thing?
I don't know, but he was killing it for a while.
Yeah.
Like that was some, I don't know what kind of editing that was. Like that was crazy though. Like,
I sent a video to Dave the other day. I said, this is a brilliant idea for a channel. This guy just goes and films old pieces of art, and then he makes stories. Like, it's like, he'll be like, this person's saying this, and then it goes down to the dog, and the dog has something to say. It's
you
just
have another friend named Dave that you sent this to?
No, I sent that to you. I think you ignored it, but I just thought, okay, that's
he sent it to Dave Tesla Picker. I think it was the other day.
Cheating on me?
Yeah, it could have been Tesla. But no, I just thought it was a brilliant idea because it's evergreen. Any piece of pop culture art you could do, you just make stories up, and if you're good at it,
dude, the only thing you sent me was Sax Squatch.
I always send you like those cute little kitten ones where they're about to get adopted, but then they go nope, and then they walk away, and the cat's just all sad.
Maybe you could film yourself in the woods of Utah and pretend you are Sasquatch.
He's got the hair for it.
Yeah, I do. No one would know. But let me ask you a serious question: Can you convert people from TikTok to YouTube? Because I don't see it.
Sort of.
No, I mean, Dave does that more than me. Honestly, I think of TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram as all individual spots, and you kind of have to build them all separately. Yeah, because TikTok, I mean, when people remember about 1.5 years ago when they thought TikTok was going away, away. I had like that week maybe a couple. I don't know how many people went on my YouTube, but maybe like about 800 went to my Instagram, and that was like with the impetus that we're never going to see you again, Carrie. So like, I don't think it's that easy. I grew on Instagram because of Reels, because of short form content, and I'm growing right now on YouTube because of basically Dave editing one of my TikToks and it going to like 1 million views, and that's shot me up well past his Flipper channel. So I'm definitely
so annoying. It's so annoying that I do the thing that makes him beat me. This is so upsetting to me.
It's the quality of the content
because it's
as well.
As you guys know, like growing a podcast is very hard. Like that's the hardest thing. It is. Because you got to chop it up. You got to have highlight reels. You got to have, outtakes. And that's what I was always wondering. Would it be possible to drop key moments on TikTok?
Yes.
That would be good. It would take a while. You just have to.
But will anyone come over? I wonder. That's what I wonder.
I would just worry about doing TikTok to grow TikTok. I wouldn't worry about it for cross-pollination. Because if you build TikTok, then that'll help you get sponsorships and help you do all sorts of other things.
I think consistently, Carrie, for me, people are going from TikTok to my Insta. That I think is happening a lot more than YouTube.
I agree. I think it's TikTok to Insta. But to be honest, at this point with Reels, TikTok and Insta are pretty similar. TikTok is supposed to get stories soon, and as soon as stories come to TikTok, like all in, it's going to be amazing because I love my stories, and that's probably my favorite part of Instagram.
Now, do you guys do Twitter at all?
Nah.
I don't know.
That's the one that comes to YouTube. Everyone says. Everyone claims that's where all the big influencers are, and they do come to YouTube from there.
Hate Twitter.
I do too, but it's like, okay, but if the money is, where's the money at though? Is the money in YouTube or is the money in TikTok?
The money's in YouTube.
As of now. But the thing is, there wasn't, but 4 years into YouTube, there wasn't money in YouTube either. So that's the thing. Okay, yeah. We're talking about TikTok in year 4 or year 3 of it being relevant. So wait till it's matured. And by that time, me and Dave will both have probably 1 million plus sub channels in 3 or 4 years if we continue. I mean, I'm going to be over 1 million in 6 months. And Dave, you might be over 1 million in 6 months if you keep it up with your
I'm running out of
channel.
steam. I got to be honest. I'm running out of steam with the TikTok because, like, here's the thing. I went into TikTok and I was like, yeah, this is like uncharted waters. And I want to conquer it. And, like, getting to 100K, I kind of feel like I conquered it. Like, I'm just like, I'm good.
Right.
Just like, because, like, I now see the money and is not great, and the effort is high, and it's like, my time is probably better spent. I'm not going to quit TikTok, but I don't know if I'm going to do 5 videos a day anymore.
Right. But you guys are succeeding over there. What I see happening a lot is people who aren't doing good at YouTube think they can go to TikTok and succeed. So it's like, you didn't notice that? Like, if you pay attention, you'll see a lot of channels that start and they don't succeed in YouTube. They're like, oh, I'll go to TikTok.
I mean, it's maybe smart. I mean, it's like what Carrie said. It all depends on where monetization goes on TikTok.
I still think you gotta have talent though.
You do have to have
talent. Regardless, I don't think just you can go to TikTok and be a star like everyone makes it out to be. You know.
But here's the thing. Like, I mean, that's the way I kind of got into the level, or at least most people in the YouTube community know who I am, and it's because of TikTok, not because of my YouTube channel. So I kind of went in backwards to the whole community. I started my YouTube at the same time and my Instagram at the same time. So, the numbers and the followers give you a certain level of clout that you can, and Dave, is A1. Paul Philly Flipper's worse of a clout chaser.
He's such a clout chaser.
Yeah, Paul Philly Flipper. Just if
Speaking
you're
of clout chasing,
if you're listening, Paul, get back on your 7-hour live today and post 3 things or whatever you're doing.
Dude, it's so funny. He's like, he posts like 9 hours of live, and I go on. I was like, so how many you at? He's like, I've listed 36 items. Like, 9 hours for 36 items, Paul? What are you doing?
And then he spends 5 hours editing a video. On top of that, it's like, whoa, I was like blown away by that the other day when he said that. Which I don't. That's why I asked you guys, because I don't do it, so it's hard to judge. But my head is like, man, 9 hours, I could list $2,000 worth of shoes.
Well,
and
so
like,
Paul's great, by the way.
He is. We know. I like Paul too.
What Paul's doing? I'm stuttering because I've had a lot of sodas to stay up late. What Paul's doing is he's doing the green screen stuff with voiceovers as well, and I've done that. I did it like last January. Just everyone, I did it first. Okay,
I actually did see that video.
I did it first. Yeah, it was as good as Paul's though.
Well done.
Anyway, so. It tripled my edit time doing that. Tripled my edit time, and my feedback I got was mixed. And anything that triples my feedback isn't a glowing response, I ain't doing anymore. Like, I don't have the time for it. Now, if I was full time, maybe I'd do it because I was passionate about the quality, because I do think it's cool. But with my limited time, if it's not like overwhelmingly glowing, I'm not going to triple my edit time for every video. I just can't. I don't have time.
And your viewers don't like change at all.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like John, Cincinnati Picker, he hired an editor once, I believe.
I remember that.
Remember that? And that didn't last long. That just
too many dings. Why are there so many dings, John?
Yeah.
If Dave's gonna spend a lot of time like on eBay, he's gonna want at least 3 to 4 negatives a week. He's gonna want 5 to 6 refunds and a few chargebacks. So he's not gonna waste his time.
I love it. You guys crack me up with how like I admire people that can make fun of themselves like that, because everyone pretends to be a professional at all times, and it's true. It's sadly not true.
No,
most people are mediocre at best.
Yes.
And
I'm mediocre with gusto.
Yeah, exactly. I accept the fact that I'm below mediocre.
Right. And I really thoroughly enjoy laughing at you guys, laughing yourselves. I think that's the highlight of the whole thing. It's just and then words that I have to look up that Carrie says, like I have to like look up like what is he saying? What is that word? Like he like
Tina's
nine.
always blown away by Tina's blown away by how smart Carrie is and how dumb he looks. Like she
Especially in
can't
Utah.
quantify it.
That's like the overwhelming thing I get is like you look terrible and you're surprisingly intelligent. That's I guess that's good. I think it's good.
But
I
like
think it's a
I always
compliment.
thought that Utah was math driven, like for the amount of wives you had or something, but not intelligence level. I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
Just
I'm
don't
from
look up,
Utah originally, though. I'm from California.
No,
so
don't.
Maybe it's that.
Well, that should have the opposite effect on your brain.
Oh,
burn for California people. Sorry, I work for a lot of people in California that drive me nuts, so I have like a bias against them. So speaking of clout chasing, Tommy, we clout chased a little last week or 2 weeks ago now when this podcast goes live and got quite a good amount of views.
Harold Tornado
came on our show, and we got 1.3 thousand views on our podcast. We're pretty excited about that.
Are you excited?
It only cost $99.
We only had plus shipping
plus shipping on top.
I thought that was a free shipping camp over there.
Oh yeah, I think you are.
Oh yeah,
I think he is on the free shipping camp. I don't like free shipping.
No,
I
no,
free shipping.
No. Yeah. I won't even watch a YouTube channel that does free shipping. I promise you.
No,
Josh,
but he was actually very nice.
Pretty well.
He was very nice. Yeah, he didn't get too bothered by our offensive-ness or anything like that. So we
had to. I felt like we're a lot more loosey goosey right now than we were with Josh.
True. Yeah, we were a little more buttoned up. Yeah.
Josh, we were more like spreadsheets and stuff. saying big words.
Why?
I don't know.
Carrie was just trying to impress him by calling him Harry all night.
Yeah, I just kept calling him Harry. It was annoying me, so I'm sure it was annoying him. So
no, the best part was the nose whistle. Oh, people love my edit so much.
Yeah, they did love
Tommy. His nose started whistling. Okay,
who Harry or Carrie?
Carrie's nose started whistling.
Harry Carrie.
And like. I did this edit, one of my favorite edits of all time, where like every time his nose whistles, I put a whistle over his face.
Can I ask you a question? How are you editing one of Carrie's gray hairs on your beard right now?
How am I editing?
Yes.
Oh, it's like
just one. How'd you do that?
This one here?
Yeah, he does just have one.
Just
no,
one.
I have plenty of grays. I'm just so vain that I pull them out.
Oh,
I finally started sharing my stories on my Facebook, and one of my buddies yesterday was like, "Dude, your hair is so gray," and it made me feel really sad. So I thought
I know I shave. That's why I shave, because if I let it go, it's gray. Yeah,
it's starting to get. I had light enough hair. I thought I was getting away with it, but no, it's pretty gray now.
There's that other podcast about reselling. They always talk about this thing called the Skull Shaver, and I've never looked it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh yeah,
never heard of
Hustle.
That. Yeah, Pure Hustle podcast. They're very, very formal on that show.
They're a lot more professional than us. Orlando is a cool guy. I like.
That would explain why I don't know who they are.
Yeah, they have a podcast. They've been doing it. They're the biggest reselling podcast in America or something. Me and Carrie were talking about this. They always say that they're the most reviewed, biggest reselling podcast that exists, and we've decided that we are also just the best podcast that exists in the whole world.
Oh, well, I'm the biggest YouTube channel in my town.
That's true. I heard that about your town. 337
people in my town. I'm the largest YouTube channel there is.
There you go, man.
As long as you can say it, right? I mean,
we got to think of something we can really say that's like true like that.
Yeah.
Like, we're the biggest in the northeast corridor of Utah.
Yeah, we're probably one of the biggest trash can based podcasts.
We are the largest reselling podcast that films at 9 p.m. on Sunday evenings.
Yeah.
I wonder how many like trash men and ladies like click on our podcast thinking we're going to talk about life as a
trash
as public service trash people.
So the algorithm is the star ratings on Apple. That's all it's about on Apple, is getting them ratings. So that's the whole ticket on Apple. And supposedly Apple wants you to dump a couple at a time, 2, 3 at a time. Supposedly.
Really?
Yeah.
I just I can't ever imagine our show being discovered by someone who wasn't our YouTube fan first, our TikTok fan first. Like,
really?
Who's going on to Apple Podcasts and saying, "Oh, let me find out about reselling"?
Okay, well, I tell you what, I upload randomly like one show out like every 3 months, and they get, some of them get like 70, 80, 100 downloads. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how they get there. I don't know how they find it. No clue. I've never spoke about it once.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think though. Okay, so yours in the name, the Tommy Bernhard podcast, instantly would have me go say, "Oh, let me go check Apple Podcasts for his show." So that might be what's happening.
Maybe
there. I don't know. My thing is like I don't feel like the Apple algorithm is really ever gonna do any favors for me. I just can't even accept that it would. So we just talk about it.
Review. Ask people to review. Notice the pattern when you all big channel, like even like Roberto Blake. You know who he is? You ever heard of him?
No.
YouTube
no.
guy.
Yeah, YouTube guru. Every podcast. Please go to Apple and review my podcast. Give it a 5-star rating. That's how you can help this channel.
Honestly, we'll settle for 2. Just like not a 1. That's 2's good.
2 would be good. Yeah.
That's better than eBay feedback, right? Just as long as it's
I'm still so annoyed by eBay this week.
Two negative in one day.
Dude, 2 negative in one day. 3 chargebacks yesterday.
You don't even post.
4 returns, Tommy, this week, and 2 cancellations today. eBay is pushing me into the loving arms of whatnot every day.
Have you ever thought about doing lawn care or anything? Like
I could do some lawn care.
Seriously.
That's so weird. Like what is I think it depends on what you sell. I really, truly believe this.
It's always DVDs. I always get negative feedback for DVDs. That's like my most common negative feedback is DVD
the
sales.
cheapest crap you sell is the biggest headache.
You always get the negative on the one you lost $6 on to begin with.
It don't make sense, right?
I would have paid them double to just not give me the negative feedback. Like
they don't know
just bribe me and I'll give you $40. Just don't leave the negative feedback and we'll move on with our life.
Well, you said you refunded though, you told me that.
I did. I refunded them.
Yeah, so just call concierge. They'll take it right off.
It's like a lot of work, Tom.
No, it's not. It takes. I'll give you the number. You don't have concierge number?
No, I just have Facebook for Business.
Oh, no. I'll give you a concierge number. You can call and get somebody right at their house in 2 seconds. They can.
Okay, send me that number. Send me that number. And if you can get me the number for the Blue Chew as well. I mean, not for me, it's for a friend. Right. But yeah, if you could hook me up. His name is Kerry. He took part in soaking too often. Don't look that up.
Yeah,
that's a Utah Mormon thing.
So concierge, man,
it's very Utah Mormon. Yes.
Like I've had my struggles with eBay. I got suspended for a whole year.
What?
And I have no idea how, why, what, when. Like I was live when it happened.
How did they not just suspend you indefinitely?
A year. Well, it was indefinite, but I got a hold of someone. I called like 100 times, right? Literally hundreds of times. I was writing letters. I was doing anything I could figure out. Better Business Bureau. You know, I've tried everything in the world. The thing with eBay, that was when they were doing all that pighead, like going after those editors and stuff. And I was talking a lot of crap about them on YouTube because it was like 2.
I think I remember that.
Like the item specifics debacle they had like 2-3 years ago, it just destroyed everyone's sales and all this and that. And I was just ranting and railing live about it. And a few weeks later, we were live. It was like 10:30, almost 10:30 exactly at night. And I got an email. You've been permanently banned from it. Was this crazy like email. And they wouldn't even talk to me about it. They wouldn't tell me why. They said it violates their security measures and all this and that. And
I feel like with eBay, you just have to keep calling. Like if you would call every day, you just have to get the right person. You have to tell the right story at the right moment. Yeah. Well, they have the power to fix it, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, they told me they didn't. No one in eBay can override this, evidently. And then a good friend of mine, Ken Daigle from Louisiana, he gave me this number that I'll give Dave later. I called, got this girl named Crystal that was laying in her bed, working from home, half tipsy, I think, and she took a look at my.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, that's how it kind of went. Like it was like, well, like,
I'm wearing negative feedback, but I'd love for you to take it off.
Right, and funny enough, I think she's in Utah.
Bye guys.
I think she's in Utah. Funny enough, I mean, so is there a call center in Utah?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, so it was Utah then because I remember that, and man, she just looked at my account and she was like, "Oh, I can open this back up." Restored all my listing limits back to, within 10 minutes. I was back up and running. I was so shocked. I was shaking. I was sitting there shaking. I don't even think it took me like a couple weeks to actually get around to like the courage to list again because I was scared it was just going to disappear.
What did you do for that year? Like what?
Struggled tremendously. I mean, luckily it was 3 weeks after I went full time. I quit my job. I had a 6-figure job.
Wow, that's terrible timing.
401k. I was a UPS driver for 24 years, and I just was over it, tired of it. It wasn't, the company's going downhill a lot. And I had a nice savings saved up, but not anymore. It was I depleted a lot of that because I mean I was doing well on eBay at the time too, and so I kind of just felt depression for a year, I think, and
you got on Farmers Only then. That's when you made that account.
Yes,
You'll never be lonely.
Yeah. Delaware Farmers Only. And, there was 3 people in the whole thing. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, no, but that was, man, eBay is, caused a lot of heartache for a lot of people is what the moral of that story was.
Well, go ahead.
Dave,
go ahead. You go ahead, man.
You go.
No, the nice thing about thank you.
Okay, Dave, you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the nice thing about nowadays, like 10 years ago when I started, if you were to lose your eBay in 2012, 13, whatever, it would be devastating. And nowadays, there's just so many places you can legitimately sell on.
If there was
Whatnot being the
then,
new one for us, but there's so many of them. I mean,
Whatnot could have changed my life at that point because I had no, going from eBay to Mercari was, there was some revenue, but nothing like eBay, man. It's just not, no way. Yeah. It's just not the same. You can make money there. Yeah. But not eBay.
Do you think you're going to sign up for Whatnot, or are you thinking about it?
I'm not a camera person, man. I got a face for radio.
No, you do a first person, man. You just show your hands and what you're selling. You don't have to be in front of the camera like this.
Yeah, I don't show my face at all on Whatnot.
Yeah, thank goodness.
You don't sell your face at all on Whatnot?
No. It's just like if you look at a TikTok and I'm grabbing something and saying it's, worth this much. It's just first person.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I put something on the Trash to Cash
You can do
YouTube
it that
channel.
way, but...
The Trash to Cash YouTube channel is actually a video of me doing a live stream because I am a cameraman. I love my face. So, but if you look on the left, that's
that's probably why I thought you showed your face because I saw that.
No. That was just for YouTube's pleasure. Okay. But yeah, if you look on the left there, yeah, that thing on the left there, like the scrolling chat with my hands, that's all you see on Whatnot. That's the whole Whatnot experience. My face isn't there at all, which is better. That's why I sell stuff. If my face was there, nothing would sell.
I mean, it's honestly I'm at the point where I'm spending all of my extra time doing Whatnot right now.
You're doing 3 or 4 sales a day sometimes, right?
Well, right now I did 6 in a row, but I mean, I can't make $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 in 4 hours on eBay, but I can on Whatnot. Yep. Just selling baseball cards. I have other stuff I can sell, but that's just cards. And then
if you have the inventory, the potential is limitless. But if you don't have a ton of inventory, it's not going to make a lot of sense.
It's true. Right. But thankfully, I have years of death piles.
I have a ton of death pile, right? But I'm not buying it anymore. So once I depleted it'd be gone. I've totally once I got the dream connection that I've been looking for since I started reselling, and I just midstream started ripping my whole business apart once I found this guy, and my basement's in shambles. I'm listing nothing but shoes now, and so I don't think I'll ever need to. The way sales are with these, I only just really get Hokas and on Clout. Like they sell as fast as I can list. I'm selling like 15 to 25 pair a day at $80 to $100 a pop sometimes. It just yesterday there was a really bad day on eBay though. I got to take that back. I don't know what happened yesterday. Yesterday, after 2:00, sales just tanked for some reason.
It should be a little slower the next week or so now that people aren't buying for Christmas and
pre-owned isn't really a Christmas thing. These are just people I'm banking on the people that think they're going to actually exercise in January.
There you go. Yep, it's a good market.
It's a great market. And by then, hopefully, the returns are over. They can just take it. But no, shoes. There's like 16 or 18 billion feet in the world. They all need shoes.
That is true. That is true. But it's so weird because so many of the people I know are totally disgusted by pre-owned shoes.
I know
but yet somehow there's a huge market for them at the same time. It's really interesting to me. I could care less if my shoes are pre-owned or not.
Right. But I mean,
get a lot of questions like, what do they smell like?
Yeah, but on Cloud, this brand, it looks at the sell-through rate of on Cloud. So Roger Federer, and I just learned this. There's a documentary on it. Can you see the bottom?
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm on their website right now too.
The first iteration of these shoes, they made them with garden hoses on the bottom.
Really?
That's I just mind blowing. And then evidently Roger Federer found them somehow.
On Clouds, I've heard of. I've sold one pair of on Cloud myself, but I don't do a lot of shoe sales. I'm not
Just look at the
into it.
sell-through rate is on a brand level. And then when you break it down into certain ones, like, you know, they have 10, whatever, how many different variations. Some of them are 4 or 5x sell-through rate, but they're over 100% sell-through rate is just a brand in general.
That's crazy. Yeah, they're nice. I actually kind of like the look of them. So I don't know if I'd wear them though. They're too expensive. I try to stick to like $30-$40 New Balances. And
Dave,
I'll send you a pair.
I'm gonna have to probably head out, Dave, for my thing here. Get ready for my. I got an auction tonight.
We'll close it out in a minute. You're losing signal anyway, so thank you, Carrie. Me and Tommy will close it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Carrie.
Yeah, I don't know what's
fired. I kicked him out. Denied. Yeah, he was losing signal anyway, so he's got another one. He's done 6 in a row, 6 days in a row, and that's the thing. Like, if you have the inventory, he's bringing in like $500 plus per day on Whatnot.
That's
because
amazing.
he has the inventory for it and the time. I can't I'm doing another Whatnot video that I'm going live with tomorrow on my YouTube, my Flipper channel. And I actually cut out the excerpt when you asked me on Paul's stream how to list on Whatnot. So basically I did a YouTube video where it's like, hey, I did that cut, like me talking to you and showing you how to do that. Mm-hmm. And then me actually doing the auction. And then the next day, me waking up at 5 a.m. to ship because I had to do my day job that day and I had 100 orders. So I had to ship 100 orders before work at 8 a.m. And so I recorded like that whole process. So it is a ton of work. It's usually, yeah. I didn't used to. Yeah, COVID brought on the work from home thing, which is
so that's allowed you to really focus. But yeah, that's stressful, man. Like, with I have a really bad problem with focusing. Like, it's hard for me to even cross post. I'll double sell and stuff like that. I gotta be really careful, especially with this kind of stuff. Like the shoes sell so fast that I'm really nervous about it. But other stuff I didn't have a problem with. But I've double sold
really nice.
4 or 5 pair. Yeah, give me your size. I'll send you a pair.
Okay, I'll pay you for them. I just don't want to pay full price.
Oh no,
give me a deal.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me.
I like the New Balance, but my New Balances usually have about a 3-month life before they fall apart. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe I wear
which ones do you wear? 1080s?
I don't know. They're like they have no laces, which is nice.
Oh, really?
Lazy person, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen.
They're like slip on.
Yeah, New Balance is a tough sell nowadays because they have their own eBay store and they kill the prices. You can buy brand new on there, like.
Well, that's where I buy them from eBay, like New Balance's refurbished store on there, and I usually get them for like $35.
Exactly.
And it's like
free
so
shipping.
cheap.
Free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping. It's so cheap. I'm like, just buy like 6 pairs.
So that's what I tell him, my guy, because he's got a lot of New Balance. And I'm like, dude, I got to be really. I can't pay you $10 a pair. And sell them for 20.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's just not worth it. No, it's just not worth it. So I stick to like. I got a lot of Brooks and a lot of Asics too, which some of those do well.
Yep. Yeah, the Brooks, I picked up some Hokas and some Brooks, and both of them did pretty well. So, but I don't find Hokas very often. It's like
most
pretty
time
rare.
They're beat too. Most time they're beat. They're like they're wore out because I wear Hokas myself, and they wear out really fast too.
Yeah.
They 3 months they're gone.
It's crazy. Converse last forever, but they hurt really bad.
Vans they last forever, but Air Force Ones. But I haven't worn any on Clouds yet. I have some that are my size, but the money's so good that I don't want to even keep them.
It's hard to justify.
I don't want to keep. So I'll send you a pair. You tell me how long they last, because I really don't know. I really don't know. But how does that work with your YouTube? Let me ask you real quick before we close out. When you shift and do different stuff like that to throw up a about Whatnot video, does that do as well as your normal videos?
No, it does terrible. It tanks. It'll tank.
You don't care. You just do it for you enjoy it.
Well, yes and no. So I do it because I enjoy it, and I think it's important that if my Flipper channel is to teach people about reselling, I should be willing to teach them things even if it's at the expense of my channel every now and then.
Right. And plus it's evergreen too. There's people going to be looking for it, right?
Yeah. How many people are making Whatnot content right now? Nobody. So in a year, if Whatnot all of a sudden is huge, I could be the guy with the first real educational Whatnot video, which has some value, I think.
Absolutely. I was talking to my friends in Australia about Whatnot a couple weeks ago. We have a pretty good loyal overseas following, Australia, England, and Canada. And I was
especially your time slot, it makes sense.
yeah, Australia. We have some great friends over there, and they're always looking at us and watching us and asking questions. And we were talking about Whatnot, and they pulled it right up. They can buy right now, and they just
really?
they can buy from you, but they just can't sell yet, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure the shipping costs a fortune too. I mean, so Whatnot is crazy. There obviously is a huge benefit of having a following right now. But I think the cool thing about it is you can build an organic following on there just by doing auctions every week if you have a lot of stuff. The problem is, so it's a death pile killer is really what it is. Like it's 100% a death pile killer. You go on there and you're going to get 50 to 70% of eBay value, sometimes less. Every now and then someone will get up in a bidding war and you might get 110% of eBay value, but that's the rare occurrance, right?
That was my question. How many people are, because so I get watching YouTube auctions and stuff. You see the people trying to just pawn their junk off on viewers.
Yeah.
How much of that is happening on there? Where you get these people that are all coming, oh, I can get rid of my junk now, and is that happening there too, like it does on YouTube?
So I think to some extent yes, but also to some extent no, because there's a lot of times where someone will put something up and it won't sell.
Okay.
Right? I'll even put something up and it won't sell. I did a hat auction and I probably put up 5 hats that didn't sell at all that I thought would at least go for $1. I started them all at $1, but they didn't even go for $1.
Because you gotta think, they're not going to come back if you keep doing that, right? Like if you keep putting up stuff that ain't selling, they're not coming back.
No, I mean you got to feel the room, right? So if you're putting up stuff, so if you put up a SunTrust hat, which I thought that's a fine hat, someone might want it for $1, no one buys it. I went and I put on a Pokemon Build-A-Bear after that, and it sold for like $15 because people like Pokemon. It's all like this whole app is about retro, so there's always the fallback of, hey, I've got this ET action figure. Even if I'm selling hats, if I throw that in there, it's going to sell. And it's going to get people like, oh, yeah, he's selling cool stuff. And then it's a hat. It's like, okay, this is an actual, like, true vintage hat. But
you can mix a few things in there.
You mix it in, right? And you feel the crowd. So I did a hat auction, and no one was feeling hats. I'm selling a bunch of hats for $1, and it's like, my buy cost on them is 27 cents. So I'm not really getting sad or anything like that. But I am kind of, like, disappointed that they're not selling. Because I know some of these go for $30 on eBay, $40 on eBay. And I know I'm throwing money out, but those people who buy them for $1 are getting a steal. And if they're a reseller or anything like that, they can then go sell it on eBay and say, hey, I'm going to follow NC Picker because I made a killer profit last time he did an auction.
Right.
And that's good for your channel because if there's 10 people selling vintage clothing one night and you have the most viewers, you're going to get the most new viewers, just like Twitch or anything else where you're streaming. If you're the top one, you're going to get more new eyes because people say, oh, this guy must be legit. He has 100 people in his stream. And a lot of those might be resellers who have been making profit, but now you get the actual collectors who find you and they say, yeah, I'm going to pay $40 for that hat because that's what it would cost me on eBay. Right. And so I did a G.I. Joe auction and I did a pretty good job of marketing it. And I ended up getting, I think, 4 or 5 real G.I. Joe collectors in there.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
And I was getting basically 80 to 110% of eBay value on my G.I. Joes. Wow. And I sold 32 G.I. Joes and some other figures, and I brought in $1,800.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I think eBay's really missing the boat is like the length of time it takes to list on eBay.
Yep.
Just they make it so difficult. Every other app is so easy, and it's just getting ridiculous. So, yeah, you could make that money on eBay selling fast, but just the time alone, it would take the photograph and list and store and ship, and then you can just pick them up and show them in front of your camera and they're gone.
Yeah. And what if you want to do auctions? You got to wait 7 days for each eBay auction or pay him $5 to do a one-day auction. You have to pay money to do a short auction. You would think eBay would want to incentivize fast sales. It doesn't make any sense to me.
None of it makes sense.
They're charging money for that. You don't even get it.
It's just they take one step forward on one aspect. They're trying to fight sneaker, StockX and places like that.
Yep.
But then
they're not doing a good job.
It's just so weird, man. To me, it's bizarre. Their forward thinking is backwards, totally backwards.
Well, it's a big company. I work for a big company right now, and like we're in the media content creation industry, and everyone in the higher seats, like the higher ups in our company, it's a giant company. Everyone is always talking about, how do we retain the business of Hollywood productions? And I'm like, guys. The content creator market We need to attack the content creator market. And they just like, la, 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 Hollywood,
Right.
Hollywood, Hollywood. I'm like, guys, do you not understand? Mr. Beast got more views on his Squid Game
Right.
than Squid Game did.
Right.
Like, why are you investing
They-
money in the market we already have? You need to attack the content creator space.
It's like
so
running
much bigger.
ads on AM radio. Like,
Yeah.
it's
like you already
crazy.
have that market, and that market's dying. It's like investing in like a cable company right now. Like what?
Well, it
They're
is
going
because
away.
Hollywood, I feel like in the future, like you said, is going to be going. You have Netflix. They're doing their own originals. Everything's going original now. There's going to be no need
No,
for.
you don't need these big studios like MGM and stuff like that.
I
Like,
sent a retro TV to a studio in Brooklyn I never even heard of. Didn't even know there was one there. It was, I forget what it's called now, but yeah, they bought one of those old 13-inch gamer CRTs.
It's spreading out. It's not, so a lot of people think, oh, it's consolidating into like just Netflix, but that's not the case. Like people just on YouTube are spending as much money as Netflix is on a show. Like, and again, we don't need to talk about the filmmaking industry and how my company will eventually die in 5 years because they're not listening to
Mr.
me.
Beast is always hiring though. You live right by him, so
I do. He's right down the road. Yeah, he's right down the road. He's always like, all his like giving giant tips and stuff is at the mall we go to, and I'm like, I just want to run into Mr. Beast and maybe be his waiter.
It's
Sir, I would like
crazy.
to be your waiter and just have a $30,000 tip dropped on me, please.
I heard him. I saw him hire at least 2 people live on. God, what was that?
Twitch?
What was that? No, what was that one app that came and went real fast?
Upwork or
one
of those.
Just a talk app. It was just a talk app. It was like shoot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. It was I can't remember anyway.
I'm never gonna forgive you. Everyone write in the comments how you don't forgive Tommy. We didn't forgive Carrie last week. We're not forgiving Tommy this week.
I can't remember the name of it, man. It was Clubhouse.
Okay, I've never even heard of it.
It came and went. It was like the biggest thing in the world for like 2 hours.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Beast is on there. Mark Zuckerberg's on there. Like, everyone's on there. And Gary V, they're all in these rooms. You can go and listen to them talk, and they give you all this. He hired a couple people right out of Clubhouse. Like,
wow.
It was crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Huh. Well, anyways, Tommy, we could talk forever, and we will do that on your show one day. Hopefully in January we'll get on there. Me, you, Carrie, and Tracy, and it'll be good fun. So, but I think we're good for this podcast. We've gone about as long as we go, and Carrie bailed on us because he's a big jerk. Make sure you write in the comments how much you hate Carrie and how basically he ruined your week because he left early. And thank you guys for coming. Make sure you subscribe. Check out Tommy, his YouTube channel. Tommy, you want to plug anything else?
No, man, I'm not a big plugger. But we at least in public. We go live every Tuesday and Saturday. Tracy and I and Tracy and Carrie have the same hair, so I think everyone would like her.
Yeah, I think so. Tommy Bernhard Podcast is the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you just type Tommy Bernhard, there is a YouTube channel. He's got like 600 followers. Decent content. Better than this Tommy Bernhard's. All right, thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Peace out.